147. If you're a snooker player, then it's the ultimate, the holy grail, because it's the highest possible break that you can achieve. And it's also the number Alfa Romeo have given to their newest hatchback. So to measure up to its new name or new number, the 147 had better be pretty darn good. Let's assume that even the worst of today's car isn't exactly a complete duffer, so all the reds have been potted. It's time now to get to grips with the coloured balls. First up then, the yellow ball for just 2 points. Well, I suppose on any Alfa Romeo, practicality isn't exactly up there as top priority. It's certainly not the black, so let's take that as the yellow ball. How does it fare? Well, it's a hatchback. It's got a reasonable sized boot and 4 seats, so let's assume the yellow, potted, no problem. Ah, now green. Is it green next? Yeah, green. Let's call that build quality. Never exactly brilliant in old Alfa Romeos, but all that of course changed with the 156 and before, and that seems to have continued in this. In fact, it feels pretty high quality. The interior certainly doesn't contain any nasty, tacky, cheap-feeling plastics. So that's the green, no problem. And so it's on to the brown. Let's call that comfort. Never exactly top of the list of priorities in Italian cars, but it's not bad. Fairly typical Italian driving position, short on legs, long on arms, but certainly not uncomfortable. So that's the brown. So, nervously, the pressure's really on, he lines up for the blue. Will it go down or will it bounce off the cushion? Well, let's take blue as the price. Now, I can't give you the actual price yet for the 147 because Alfa Romeo haven't told us yet. But let's assume that given pricing is such a sensitive issue in the UK, Alfa Romeo aren't going to go completely mad and overprice the 147. And also, as the current one is only, what, £12,500 it starts from, it's not massively expensive anyway. So we'll have to take it as read, if you see what I mean, that the blue goes down. My, but the pressure really is on as we reach the pink. Style. So how does it fare? I really like it. It's certainly nothing of the boxy look of the predecessor. It's got the very much modern Alfa Romeo look with these rather small features, a sort of pinched look. It's perhaps more 166 than 156, whereas the 156 is kind of smooth. The 166 has that sculpted look, and this has the same with this big scallop side cut out. I think it looks great. So, a great big hush descends upon the crowd, and not a buttock is left unclenched as he approaches the table for the black, the big one. Performance. This is, after all, an Alfa Romeo, so how does it measure up when it comes to the driving experience? Well, there's a choice of engines. Two 1.6s, one with 105, one with 120 brake horsepower, there or thereabouts, a 2 litre with about 150 brake horsepower, and a JTD, a turbo diesel common rail. Well, that'll be a stormer, I'm sure. This, though, is the 1.6 with 120 brake horsepower, and it ain't a firecracker. It shows a marked reluctance to rev past about 5,000 revs, which is a bit of a disappointment. And the gearbox, too, is a bit sulky. It's very difficult to go from first to second quickly, which is just what you want to do. That said, once you've got the whole package rolling, it's excellent. It handles really nicely, very predictable. Start to abuse it a little bit around the corners, and it'll let you know when it's going to let go, and do so progressively and gently, so you can put the odd little slide in and feel reasonably safe. So performance, I'd say it does it. The black sings. But now, hold on a second. Quick reality check here, 147. What you're talking about here is perfection. And that's a lot to ask of any car, so perhaps that's a little ambitious. But maybe it gets close, because what you do get is a practical little hatchback that offers something else. It makes you feel a bit special. You're not driving something run-of-the-mill, which is very nice.